If you enjoy this content, you'll enjoy Sentinel Training. We're different because we actually care, and that pays off. TrainSentinel.com. Try it. You never know where you might wind up.
Oh my God, I just realized he was sitting in HOPO seats for that. That is
there's
crazy.
irony. I was not in that.
Wow.
Yeah. Who makes those?
All right. We've I don't know.
We got it going. Let's go.
We've got Angelo De Chico, or Ange, as I've decided I'm going to start calling him now because I've seen other people doing it, and I don't know, I just find it entertaining. James Hobart, who now I want to call Jimmy because Ange calls him Jimmy, so now we've got two nicknames. And Page Boy, no, that's weird. Just Seth is fine. Seth Page back after a hiatus. He wasn't allowed to do these because of World Fitness Project, but now he's back. He's allowed to do them again. That's a joke.
You're full of lies.
That's a joke. All right, we've got CrossFit's in the chat. Look, his hands are behind his head while he's typing that. That's crazy. James was just on with Denise, Joe, and shit. Who was the other?
Spencer Hendel.
Spencer. Who is Joe? He was the only one that I was like, I'm not sure who that is.
So Joe Alexander was a longtime seminar staff member. He was actually the trainer who I interned under when I was my first internship ever, when I was greenlit to go on staff. So long time CrossFit seminar staff member and super brain. And now he heads up. He's the manager for the seminar staff team.
Oh, that's where I know the name from. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a noob for not knowing who he is, but here we are.
He's a quiet professional, in CrossFit, and probably has done a lot of things that people will never know that are excellent for CrossFit and seminar staff. But yeah,
Joe was Dan Bailey's judge.
That would happen too. Yep. Then he didn't judge after that. That happened for sure.
Yeah, there. He's the one who miscounted a rep in someone's garage for an open.
Luckily, only about 10% of the people that are going to watch this will even remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe well, now everyone will, because it's been said twice. All right. We've got 3 topics. You know what's taking me, Seth? I don't know if you're aware of this. It has taken me, I would say, 2 years to get James on this show.
I'm not surprised.
He started off with some bullshit about, I need to clear it with like superiors. Oh wow, that's too big. And then I was like, I'm really not sure that's true. But now I haven't. Finally. Sorry, I'm trying to add a media slot.
You know what I like that they put in here?
In where? Oh, what did they put in there?
I call it the Forbidden Zen.
I dare you to lip that right now.
Isn't that like, doesn't that can't you die? Doesn't that like dehydrate your whole body or something?
Yeah, I think I don't know.
It sucks all the moisture out. Isn't it for keeping stuff dry? What is it? Silica or something?
Yeah, but there's another one too.
Do it.
I roomed once with Angie at a Wadapalooza event.
Oh god.
And Nick Palladino. And I think from what I saw from him down there, I think he could eat that desiccate and be fine.
Challenge accepted. If you lose,
pop it in. Okay.
I bet Hobart has a lot of energy for this show because you sure spoke to the news on the last one. Wow, I thought you were great.
Thank you.
You were by far the most attractive person on that show.
Really? More than Spencer? God, that's the nice. I'm gonna send you like a Christmas ham, man. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Spencer's neck is too long. Okay.
Who's looking at him?
What else? I'm not going to look at his penis. He's sitting down dressed. Like, obviously, that's all I have to base it on. Okay. Anyway, Angelo's in a hurry because he's got like a real job. Okay. We've got 3 topics, 3 guests. First topic: should the level 2 be pass or fail? It used to be the case that people would cry and they'd come downstairs and be told, you are shit at this, go and work in an F45, and they'd come down blubbering, say, Nicole's so mean. But now I have a level 2, which probably shows how low the bar is, because you go home and then it's like your judge's course where you click and you're like, oh fuck, I have to do this section again. And you just keep going through it and going through it and going through it until eventually you're told you've collected enough crisp packets, and now you're a level 2 coach. So should the level 2 go back to being pass or fail is my question. Angelo, you got 60 seconds. Your time starts now.
Yeah, I mean, I think pretty much every test should always be pass or fail. I think there needs to be a hard line drawn at if you know the material and if you can offer it up when asked. So, I mean, that's a pretty simple answer. I just think anything should always be pass or fail. Like any test you have to take should be pass or fail, whether you know the information at the time or not. And the way to avoid test anxiety for people who have that is that you study the material better, and then you won't have anxiety about the test because you'll know you're going to pass it. So yeah, I mean, you need to know the material. I mean, that's all there is to it. And then if you can answer it correctly in the right amount of time, then you pass. I mean, it's simple.
What level are you? Are you level 2?
I'm level nothing right now.
You had level 1 and expired, or you've never done it?
Yeah, I actually am signing up for my level 1 again.
So you didn't fail, you just quit.
Do you not get a free level? Do you not get a free course now with winning team?
I do, yeah. So
do you level 2?
I don't have a level 1.
You said you had it though.
I did, but it expired.
When?
3 years ago, probably.
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought it was going to be like 6 months ago or something. All right. Just because you can't fail at level 2, so you should probably just do that one. All right, James. Should it be pass or fail? Your time starts now.
Well, I think Angelo's answer assumes that it is a test. The level 2 is a developmental course. It's a coach's development course. So while there is an assessment associated with the end of it, it's about going there, getting feedback, diving deeper into your coaching skill. So no, I don't think it should be pass or fail in the sense of the old original level 2 where you coached a group, you got assessed, and if you blew it, you got the big fail. The other reason I don't think it should be pass or fail is because in the structure of our entire credentialing system, level 3, the level 4 that we're going to relaunch again very soon, those are the pass or fail tests. So we don't need that from the level 2. And that's one of the main reasons we changed the level 2 so much based on feedback and to fit into our larger credential model. I don't even need the last 10 seconds, Seth. You can have them.
No, you can't, Seth. Shut the fuck up. All right. Now, Seth, you got 60 seconds. Time starts now. Off you go.
Well, I believe that the level 2 should be pass fail because this is now the barrier to entry to be an affiliate owner or to run a gym. And so to have some sort of standard that we're holding that, when you walk into a CrossFit affiliate, they've proven themselves in some way, shape, or form that CrossFit has designated to be the minimum standard. They've met that. If you just can participate and have it given to you, there's no retouch points where you get through this L2 and then you have to go back. Oh, you didn't do that well, but hopefully you continue your education. Like we hope. Some people are just going to go through the motions because they need it now instead of taking the course as serious as they could. And if it was a pass fail, you would have to take that material a lot more serious and show that you have the competency to apply it. I think that's very, very important, especially when owning an affiliate's a competitive business. You want to be able to show that you either know more, can demonstrate, or give a better product than somebody else. And so you should be able to show that.
Oh, I can't do those last 2 words. All right, Angelo. Oh, that's very zoomed out, isn't it? You got 20 seconds. Your time starts now. Off you
go. James obviously showed me that I don't know exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to level 2. But I mean, I do think there should be a hard line about like, hey, you did well enough at the course and therefore you did pass. Like I agree with Seth in that model.
All right, James, time starts now.
Yeah, I mean, I like Seth's take a lot, but I do think we have that test at the level 1 mark, which you have to get before you go to level 2. You've been assessed. You've been developing as a coach. The level 2 is an opportunity for us to support affiliate owners, even though it is a requirement to now have your level 2 as an affiliate owner. So that's where I think it fits.
And Seth, last 20 seconds are yours. Go.
I think one little argument that might be made is that it'd be hard to make a standardized pass fail for an L2 when it's kind of a practical application, but they've done it for the L4 in the past. So I think that you could make some kind of standard where there's enough experience with the staff members to decide whether somebody has met a minimum criteria to offer a good enough product.
Seminar staff, if it was pass fail, there would be 10 people with level 2.
That's been my experience just taking it twice. The people around me, I'm like, holy shit.
Hey, I was on mine and everyone is going around the group and it was like, I've been coaching 10 years. I've been coaching 5 years. I've owned a gym for whatever. It's going on. One guy even said, and I instantly disliked him. He was like, I'm just here because it's a requirement. Like I was like, you could just do your level 3, you lazy piece of shit. Anyway, but it came around to me and I said, I've never coached. And it shocked me how much worse so many people on that course were than me at coaching when they've listed off pretty braggadociously how many years they've been coaching. And I was like, this is like, whoa. Yeah, I don't know. Is the level 1 has gone the same now though, James, isn't it? Where it's like you go home, you do the test online, and it's a similar structure where you kind of can't fail. You mean you could if you're really thick, like you could go for infinity, but in theory, you should pass.
Yes, and we've actually seen a couple of things since we launched the level 1 online. We've seen more people fail the test and retake it than have in the past. So in the past, we've seen people fail and not come back to retake it. So we have seen more people come back to retake it and pass. I don't know this off the top of my head how much the pass percentage has changed. My sense is it still hasn't changed from the initial take as much as you'd think. But yeah, you can go home and take it.
I mean, it doesn't make sense to fail people. It does, like business wise, doesn't make any sense. And so
no,
I
it
see
does
why
make sense business wise, because if you have to go back and purchase, like if you have to pay $1,400 to do your test or $1,200, whatever it is, to go and do your weekend and do your test, and then you have to pay $900 or $800, whatever it is, to go back and do just the test at the end. It very much does make sense from a business standpoint. It's also keeping up the standard of coaching to a higher level. Because like Angela's talking about being nervous doing tests and stuff. Good. You should be. It's not like elementary school. It's not a spelling test on a Friday.
I agree with you, but also I just think that this is never mind. Too deep of a conversation. We don't need to go down this road. Never mind.
We should have this on a podcast, though. It's a good thing to talk about.
It is a good thing to talk about. That's why I wrote it. Right, Angela's on 1 because I gave him half a point because he's eating the high ground beef chips. He can use HG15 to save, and I gave him the other half a point because he spoke. I really thought he was going to hit the ground running, and then he just kind of ground towards a halt towards the end.
Sorry.
Like high ground beef chips. James, just I don't think nobody from CrossFit's going to watch this show. James, you can say whatever you want if that's holding you back. Literally,
he is from CrossFit.
I know nobody else.
Back.
Oh,
you're not gonna be judged. I like Seth's take too, and I think the other guys did too. So he gets 2 points. Right, second topic. Just before I do that, you look great today. Yeah, you fantastic. Your training's obviously paying off. You shouldn't avoid working on your dexterity though. Just click subscribe. Just practice, or if you're on your phone.
Hey James, is there a reason why your second place shirt is behind you instead of like one of the first place shirts you have? Is that like
this is actually it's a setup. It's Cassandra's setup from when she competed at regionals and on team at the games. So that's her regionals.
Oh, okay. I thought where are your shadow boxes? Do you have
I keep all my medals next to my nightstand. I just put them on when I go to bed.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I just thought that was like motivation. Like you have first. I know you have first place ones.
We just actually brought them. They're all at my mom's house. I just actually got them out here to Colorado.
Cool.
Angela thinks you wear a girl's shirt. Right. Second topic. James, you're going first on this one. What is a new CrossFitter's biggest misconception? So obviously there's a lot of misconceptions about CrossFit in general, for people who've never done it and for people who love to jump in Instagram reels that have really gone viral, and they just love to jump in there 2-footed with no brain and start dropping absolute fucking turds of no knowledge. But what about someone who's just started? What's the most common misconception you see or hear from a new member or someone who's newly started CrossFit? You got 60 seconds. Your time starts now. Go.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, it's that we flip tires and hit tires with hammers. That's like, I hear that all the time. No, The thing I see the most is that they come in thinking that they have to, two things. They have to be at some specific level of fitness to do CrossFit, have achieved a level of fitness to do it. And the other thing I think, and I saw this more at CrossFit Boston when I was there, was that they think that everyone else is going to be dialed in on the fact that they might not be very fit. Hey, I'm brand new. Everyone else can be paying attention to me, making me feel even worse that I'm the new one here and not very fit. And the reason I say this, because I'm always surprised how many people are new and say, oh, everyone here is so nice and they care about helping me out. And no one pays attention to you when you're working out. And I'm like, yeah, because they're just trying to survive for themselves too. So those are the two misconceptions I run into the most often with new members coming into the gym.
Good stuff. Seth, 60 seconds. Off you go.
I'm going to give you a few: an in-gym misconception, out of gym, and then a bonus one. So number one, people think the workout has to be completed the way it's written on the whiteboard, and they obsess about the RX, and they obsess about doing it exactly in that rep scheme and everything else, when really it should be quite an individualized, personalized journey and how you modify and scale workouts. And I think that takes some time to learn. Number two, people think if they just show up, they're going to get the CrossFit body of their dreams, but they just get to skip the nutrition part. People forget that's a huge element of getting to where you want to get. It's just not talked about enough. And so I think they think that exercise is going to be their simple fix all when there's still a lot more to focus on. And then your bonus one is that once someone steps foot into a CrossFit gym, they think everybody around them at home, at work, wants to hear what their fucking workout was, and they just don't want to hear it. So you get sucked in. No one cares what your grace time was yesterday. Invite someone to the gym, but keep the details to yourself.
Good stuff. Right. Angela, off you go.
I think the most common thing, I watched an Instagram video the other day about people saying that it is random. CrossFit's not necessarily random. Obviously, if you don't know what you're looking at, it certainly looks random, but there is a method to the madness. Being able to watch people program classes and coach classes looks a little more random than you would think, but there's a rotating schedule with some of those strength cycles because someone can only come on Wednesday. They don't want to only front squat on Wednesday. So yeah, it may look random if you come in on Wednesday and you do front squat, then you do shoulder press, but it's just on a rotating schedule to get everyone in on the same stuff. And the stimulus of the workout, kind of like what Seth was saying, that you're looking for the stimulus of the workout, and that may be totally different rep schemes for person to person. So yeah, it may seem random on the outside, but it is varied, which is very different than just random.
That's working in the assumption that it's a good programmer and coach, but yeah, I take your point. All right, James, 20 seconds. Time starts now. Go.
What do you want me to say? I mean, more on the misconception thing, or do you want me to fight Seth's argument? I agree with Seth's argument on that one. Somebody in the chat said give him 5 points. Give him 5 points.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Done deal.
5.
Seth, you're welcome.
What was
I do like the body one really quick though. Someone came in and was like, I don't want to look like that Icelandic girl. And I was like, you won't. I want to look like her, and I still don't. So
right.
Yeah, I want to get lean, but not as lean as that elite level athlete that's been doing it for 15 years.
I just need to get toned.
Yeah.
What the hell does that mean?
Rich Froning's too bumpy. I want to lose some weight, but I don't want to look quite like him. Yeah, don't worry about it, buddy. Seth, you got 20 seconds. Off you go.
I'm just going to use this time to say, I actually really like what Angelo said about the moving different lifts around with cycles. I don't really like cycles in CrossFit gyms because people don't show up on the same day each week. But if you have specific focuses, great. But you do have to shift them around. So people who think they can do back squat Monday for 8 weeks, cut that shit out. You're only getting about 40% of your members squatting.
Angelo, last 20 are yours. Off you go.
Yeah, and I think for females, obviously most females nowadays don't want to look bulky, but those females are healthy and they're strong. So, and you're not going to get that bulky without really trying, unless you have great genetics.
Or some added assistance. You can go to biomaxpeptides.com and you can use code CPW for free shipping. Who was it? Was it Johnny said it the other day that he was mid-flow on the affiliate show? If you're an affiliate owner or coach and you're not watching our affiliate shows, they're far superior to the ones on the CrossFit channel. You should be watching those. Johnny said, I'm not going to do a Welsh accent. I could, but I won't. But he said that workout on the whiteboard is not for you. That workout on the whiteboard is for the fittest people in the gym. You have no business attempting the workout that's on the whiteboard. I will tell you what to do if you want to do something. That's like, wow, that's actually really good. All right, do up some scores. I don't actually think it's far superior than the CrossFit one. I just wanted to say that for my own
Wait until
amusement.
I tell all the seminar staff they can only come on the CrossFit one. I'm kidding.
Johnny would sooner quit.
Or is he kidding?
No, I'm 100% kidding. The world can't get enough of that team on any podcast. So podcasters out there, have them all on.
Yeah, Johnny's mine, but yeah, I take your point.
A little possessive, but hey.
Okay. Seth's on 5. So he didn't get 5 points for that answer, but he made it to 5 points with that answer. James on 3, Andrew's on 3. Like solid answers. I really liked the way that Seth broke it up. I thought that was very, very nice. All right, last topic. This week, how am I going to do this? I don't know, can you see that? Is that really ridiculously small up there? Oh, that's kind of okay, isn't it? CrossFit Training put up a post. You have more than 20 athletes in a class, making individual attention and safety monitoring nearly impossible. What do you do? Do you A, be a better coach? Do you B, pull the fire alarm and leave? That's not actually what it says. So it gives you the solution. This situation is not ideal, but we will find ourselves in it from time to time. My question for you guys is over 20 members too big for a CrossFit class? Seth, you got 60 seconds. Your time starts now. Off you go.
I'll start by saying there's no correct way or one single way to run a CrossFit class. So you start by making sure you have enough space and equipment for what you want your class to be. You make sure your structure fits a big group. I mean, we have classes as big as 25 to 35 people at our Phoenix location daily, and it runs just fine with one coach. People get used to learning their skill work and getting coached during different parts of warm-ups or different skill sessions. You can set up the structure of the class so that the coach can kind of go around, hit different touch points on specific points of performance that they announce early on that they're going to be looking for. And I think one of the biggest issues that people worry about beyond safety with over 20 members, they think they can't coach everything. But my advice would be not to try to coach everything. You're going to pick 1 or 2 points of performance per class, and you're going to harp on those. People who are tired can't absorb more than that anyway. So give them 1 or 2 things they learn, and you can easily make your way around the class of 20 plus and give people feedback on that.
Good stuff. He's great at the timing, isn't he? All right, Angelo, you got 60 seconds. Time starts now. Off you go.
Dangerous is kind of like sounds exaggerated a little bit. I don't know that it would be dangerous, but I do think you have to look at the level of your coaches. Like I wouldn't want a brand new coach coaching 20 plus people in a class. But at the level, I mean, if your coach can handle something like that, we used to do something here, man, where you'd have a second coach at 20 members. You would always have a backup coach or maybe an intern, which worked out really well. And they got to learn a lot. But yeah, I think just like what Seth said, that you are looking at a few points of performance throughout the class and you try to say something to everybody and give someone something they can think about. And actually Austin said this to me the other day. If you have a class of 20 people, you want 5 to 10 of those people to leave there with their mind blown. And the other 10 should just have a point of performance to think about going forward. But like you should have really strong ideas that can resonate with at least a few of the people.
Good stuff. James, 60 seconds are yours. Off you go.
No, I don't think it's too big for a class. And exactly as Seth said, I think there are a lot of different ways to run a CrossFit class. And I've seen regular noon classes when we used to coach them at Reebok CrossFit One were 40 to 50 people. And there was a period of time where we just, you had 4 coaches running around with their shirts off, yelling, burn it down. And everyone got fit and we had a great time. But to everybody's point here so far, you're not going to coach the 20 member class the same exact way you're going to coach the 10 person class. You're probably going to be a little harder on maybe blanket scaling. If you can't do X, you have to do Y. You are not going to try and coach every single point of performance. You're going to prioritize the biggest points performance or whatever you think is going to be the most common fault in class. I always used to like to say the goal at the end of the class, first and foremost, keep everybody safe, which means you scale them and you're going to be busy doing that. Teach them something and then help them have some fun. And that is probably the foundational between all size classes, but I don't think 20 members is too big.
Good stuff. All right, Seth, last 20 seconds are yours. Off you go.
My final point will just be that you may get coached a hell of a lot more with 3 to 7 people in your class, but it is way more fun to throw down with 20 people than it is 3 to 7. And that's really a huge part of it. Of course, the coaching will come over a long period of time, but you want those memories, those experiences with big groups that keep you coming back to the gym for more, because it's about consistency.
And Angelo, off you go.
Yeah, I think there's a time for both. If you're the individual that comes to the bigger class, maybe if you can move it around your schedule to go to the smaller class to get that closer one-on-one coaching, that would help. But yeah, like Seth said, you're going to have probably more fun. So if you're more looking at just trying to have fun and go hard, then yeah, you probably want to aim for that larger class if you're the individual taking the class.
And James, last 20 seconds, off you go.
One of the things I was talking about just recently with Denise Thomas coming off of an earlier podcast today was, as a coach, you have to level up to get to a point where you can coach a 20-member class very well. I think that is something we forget about as coaches. As your athletes get better or as your class size grows, you too have to improve and get better as a coach. That's why you're there and that's your job.
Good stuff. Did you think that was a weird post, James? That I thought it was odd. It's kind of like saying I viewed the logic of posting that as sensible as posting, hey, if you're programming gymnastics and barbells, don't have people pass the barbells to get to the rig. It's kind of like, okay, yeah, right. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, okay. I mean, if you get that far and you don't know that, then there's a larger problem.
I honestly just don't think the picture post frames it up like I would have wanted. If you read the caption in it, effective CrossFit trainers excel at group management. That's where you're starting. And then it's just a conversation starter. I will say this. I think CrossFit coaches who are good are so exceptional at group management. And it's a skill that they undersell themselves on, because managing a class of athletes, 20 athletes through a workout, everyone's safe. Everyone has a good time. Everyone gets better is an exceptionally hard thing to do to anyone who's ever group managed. So I think those two things could have been flip-flopped. I just saw this today. I'm ashamed to say I didn't read the prep.
Oh, I only sent it to you 2 days ago, so it's fine.
Yeah, so.
It would make, I know a lot of gyms do that. You know, where you go, you have little things you need to tick off. As in, you need to say everyone's name before the general warm-up is over or whatever, before the specific. Like, it would make that difficult because you just be running around being like, hey, Dan, hey, Bob, from person to person. But like, yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was an unusual. What I felt it would be read as and would imply, I was like, that's kind of weird. That, I don't know. I just didn't get it. That's why I brought it up. All right.
You know, as we get bigger, as CrossFit continues on, and there are ways to misapply CrossFit. But, you know, I have seen some really novice green coaches, and everyone walks out of class fine. And that happens very often. Now, is that me saying, hey, you should always do it that way, or that is the best future for CrossFit? Fuck no, I'm not saying that at all. But I do think there's a lot of safety in how foolproof just the program applied, and then somebody there saying, here's the workout. If you can't do this, do something else, go. All of us did that for a long time. Like, remember that. We were not the coaches that we are now, and we're not the coaches we're going to be, hopefully. We turned out okay. We kept a lot of athletes safe and got a lot of people fitter, and CrossFit grew pretty significantly. So I think that's something I hope CrossFit continues to latch on to, of like the core methodology is pretty damn good. Coaches add a lot to it, but the core is pretty damn good.
Yeah, if CrossFit doesn't, I'm sure Mayhem Fitness will anyway.
Well, now they will. I'm just gonna go. He's probably got Austin in the back, just scribbling next to him on a pad.
Got AI. He's got AI typing as he's got that. Was it Genesis?
Yeah.
Coaching 20 people is much more simple than coaching 2. Yeah, well, you can't hide when it's 2 people. So like, you should constantly give tips and feedback. All right, I know Angelo has to go and finish his bag of high ground chips. You can use HE15 to buy some, and do some actual work. Our scores: Seth, congrats. That was a schooling. James, not bad for your first time. I've had people on. I think John Young on his 4th time got like 1 point, so I wouldn't be concerned.
That's not the first time I've heard that either. Not bad my first time. Thank you.
You're welcome. I was going to make a horrible joke there, but I won't. Angelo, thanks for coming on. What
Thank
is
you.
that again that you're drinking?
It's the Bum Energy. This is the cola one. The Dr. Bum is elite. It's so good.
That's the
Dr.
bodybuilder
Bum.
guy.
I have
C-Bum.
one here. Let's see.
Is that the guy with the list?
Just takes Froning's knickers and just post workout squeezes it into a.
Are knickers
can.
underwear or socks?
Underwear.
Okay, the socks too though. Dr. Bum. I just tried it for the first time. I gotta take it easy. I want it, but I won't drink it.
That's the what do you call him? The bodybuilder guy, isn't it? The
Yeah, Chris
guy with the
Bumstead.
lisp.
That's his. Yeah, that's his drink.
I'm sure that's how he wants to be remembered. The guy with the lisp, not any of the accolades he's achieved. All right. Thanks, James. Thanks, Seth. Thanks, Angelo. Thanks everyone for watching. What day is today? Oh, tomorrow. Today in like 3 hours, the spin is on, I assume. And then tomorrow, Will Morad from World Fitness Project is coming on to chat about World Fitness Project and other stuff. Like, what fucking show are you watching? Seriously. It's just like you're just playing favorites.
Just flirting.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching. Spin is on in a few hours. I'll see you tomorrow, same time with Will Morad. And no, shit, it's earlier tomorrow, 6 p.m., 2 hours before this. And tomorrow, the next episode of the affiliate series, I go to Method Training. He comes out 7 p.m. tomorrow. You'd like that gym, James, I think. Gym in the UK. It's good. That's it. That's all I got. Sorry.